Elementor Dynamic Media Popup, Complete Walkthrough. This step-by-step guide shows all functions available in Elementor Dynamic Media Popup. If you still have questions, check out the FAQs, or use the contact form on the shop page. Content tab. Once you place the widget where you want your trigger to appear, you get the Elementor Edit panel with its different tabs. In the Content tab you first select the trigger type. You can choose between icon, button, image, or text. Then you can choose the video link which should get opened in the Lightbox by the trigger. Here is where you can use the dynamic tags and make the core benefit of our plugin shine. Open the dynamic tag pulldown and scroll down to our HAYWOOD Digital Tools section. There you can choose ACF Repeater. In the subsettings of that dynamic tag you can choose what ACF field type is included in your repeater. ACF-URL, link, image, gallery, or text. And then you can select the actual repeater field by its field key. We added 2 YouTube-related options to further define their implementation: autoplay and disabling related videos. The last option within the General section is the Trigger ID, which resembles the button ID of Elementor's default button widget. Then there is the Trigger section. Depending on what you select in Pop-up Trigger Type, you have different options under the Trigger section and in the Style tab. They all resemble the options you have in the default solo widgets for each trigger type. Style tab. On the Style tab we start with the container settings. The options there are addressing the settings of the wrapper container that is automatically applied to the widget's trigger element. Next is the Trigger section, where the settings again depend on the trigger selection you did within the Content tab. Now we are looking at the Pop-up General section. Here you find most of the settings that define the Lightbox pop-up composition, with background color, content width, and many options for the closing icon. As the last section in the Styling tab we have the Pop-up Navigation settings. Those settings are intended for navigation icons. But these icons will only appear in the pop-up when you selected the dynamic tag option under the Content tab, and that dynamic tag actually returns a series of elements. If that is the case, you have a lot of useful styling options for those navigation elements that bring you from one dynamically loaded content to the next. That's Elementor Dynamic Media Popup, a button to trigger a dynamic media carousel in a Lightbox. Get it now on haywood.tools and make your life easier and your projects better.